What did we do before mobile phone music? We had boomboxes. This is a massive cassette player with an FM radio and auxiliary inputs. So we can still use it today. We can connect our phones, consoles, or anything else with an auxiliary jack straight to the back of this. This is a customer's own boombox by Hitachi, and it has no audio out. So we need to fix that up for them and get it back to them. This is one by Hitachi, and you can see we have the tape deck here. We've got an FM tuner here, so we can tune into radio stations, which again has still broadcast. And if we look on the top, we can do recording. So you've got recording volumes. It was very common to record off the radio to tape. You can also select the line in, phono, or the radio and tape. If we take a look at the back, we could walk around the streets with these because they could be battery powered. Or you can power them by mains or even a DC jack. So super universal. On the inputs, we have phono input and effectively auxiliary input, line input. And for those phones that still have it, you can just use these phono cables straight to an auxiliary jack, a 3.5mm. And if you have USB-C, this can go to USB-C, and you can still connect straight up to this. And we also have a line out for volume output. I'm going to power this by mains. So if we power this on with the on, you can see we've got an indicator light here. And we're currently set to radio, and you can see we have no audio out. So let's just use the setup I usually use when audio doesn't work. We have a portable speaker going to a phono jack, and I'll have to hold my finger on that because there's no volume control. So this volume doesn't affect the auxiliary out. And if we turn the FM tuner, you can see we've got a strength indicator here. And then if I let go, so you can see it seems to be working. And now let's just try the line input connected to the back. And of course, you guessed it, into our Prestige Game Boy. Nice. So we now have the boombox playing our Pokemon Blue. The nice thing with this is as well, is the volume control on the Game Boy will work on the auxiliary out. And with that all stripped down, you can discover there isn't actually any speakers in here. So it is literally just the output, and this will be the models that have the speakers on the left and right. If we look at the case as well, it's kind of obvious now. You've got external speaker, 3.2 ohm, and you've got external speaker there, so you've got two connections you can use. And if you go inside, they're basically black and orange will be one of the speakers, purple and blue will be the other. And on the connector here, you can see they just get merged together. So this is the speaker input we want to be testing, not the auxiliary out. And because it's a direct driven speaker, we need something like this. So I've just got a subwoofer here. And if we measure, we've got about the 3.2 ohms. And so here's the final test rig. We have the speaker here. We've got obviously the boombox. I've got it powered into a Game Boy so we know what we're listening to instead of it being noisy FM. I've reverse engineered this a little bit so I can figure out how the power's in, and I've got injecting just 12 volts straight into the system. So you can see we've got 12 volts there. So now if we turn on, there we go, we can hear the speaker running. Importantly now, does the volume work? Yes, it does. So yeah, there's no distortion there. So I can check the other side, but this is all handling fine and the connections are solid. And with the speaker connected to the other side now, you can see we've got no issues there either. If I load down this side with a 3 ohm load at the same time, we can see it still doesn't have any issues. So this is fully loaded down and running. My suspicion here then is it's going to be the customer's speakers or the wiring or connection between them. As they connect on the side here and they go through the same connection, I'll just measure resistance over these pins and give them a good clean. And short of that, this unit is fully functional. So the customer's probably going to have to send the speakers or have them replaced. It's going to be the speakers that are the problem. So although this one turned out to not really have a problem, at least you've seen the insides of a boombox, how they operate, and some cool things like running a Game Boy Advance into the system through a modern subwoofer. That's it for this one, guys. I'll catch you the next.